Institutional Investment Roundtable held in association with Thomson Reuters. We had quite a day yesterday at the macro and foundational level on investing in Africa, and some quite remarkable engagement with our partners in the policymaking community and with some African heads of state. Today's agenda is much more intimate and industry-led and counts a number of roundtable discussions that bring perspectives from key communities at the heart of Africa's capital and institutional investment markets. In particular, we will be discussing specific initiatives that African stock exchanges are taking to increase trading volumes and liquidity, which is effectively going to be our next panel, and the role of African sovereign wealth funds as strategic capital market investors, and ultimately strategies to crowd in African pension funds in capital markets and on a co-investing basis. We'll also be reviewing and receiving some presentations from African companies and banks, and we'll be rounding up with a discussion with US pension funds and endowments on their views on investing and co-investing in Africa. Through our series of investment roadshows, Africa Investor, as you know, as an institution, has dedicated itself to intermediating capital to African investment opportunities through our domestic and global investment and investor client base. But but in particular, at the request of institutional investment partners, we are currently developing what we're describing as an invitation-only platform that will focus on co-investments for pension funds and sovereign wealth funds and endowments and foundations, as well as other institutional investors, to share deal information, network and access data, and advance co-investment opportunities. Africa Investor Capital, which is the advisory side of our business, continues to originate and advise on a number of different transactions with various governments, development finance institutions, supporting pension funds with strategic decisions about strategies for the continent and investments in Africa more generally. So we certainly trust that this roundtable is also going to support and nurture valuable relationships for each of you. And I think that's the opening remarks from me concluded. So without further ado, I'd like to wish you a fruitful event and pass you over to Barbara Samuels, who many of you would have known from yesterday, but if not, here she is, who will be your day chair for today. Thank you.
Doing business in Africa, you can't afford to be without Africa Investor.